Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Just wanted to say this game is really similar to Charles Bukowski, so if you're really into this game, be sure to check out his work, Charles Bukowski. He was an alcoholic writer, kind of in the 40s and 50s. He wrote a lot about the underground and kind of the working class people. A lot of similar ideas and thoughts in this game. I mean, his work is obviously even better than this game because this game wasn't written by, famous writers. But check him out if you like this style. Also, I realized that this kind of game kind of ruins other RPGs, writing. Like if you go play Outer Worlds, which is a really great game. It's pretty, it's a really nicely done Fallout clone. But the writing is very simplistic in that game compared to this. So it feels really kind of almost boring or simple compared to this game. So I think it's one of the negative effects of this game. It's kind of off-putting. Makes other games be off-putting. But whatever. This game's pretty good though. It's very nice. Let's keep playing. So where were we? So I think we started day 3. And we were looking for something to do next. Because we talked to the Wild Pines lady. And let's see. Find the armored gloves. There's a girl in a fishing village. There's oil and return to the wall. We gotta find out, interrogate the drivers about the mystery, the smuggling. That's the next thing to do. Go back to Everart and tell them the door is opened. That's the main things, looks like. Talk to the drivers, talk to Everart. Day 3, morning. And then also when we give the body over to our partner, he's going to leave for the day. So that's another thing we got to be aware of. Let's go check out these things down here. Plastic wrapped macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. Says humanitarian aid, tuna fish, not for resale. Speakers for the people of Samaria. You see a Sumerian street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sling is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here.
What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out of the city, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging the textiles hanging around the stands. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clatters across the street can be heard.
You're very cool.
He makes both hands into finger pistols and fires a few finger bullets into the air. Really? You think I'm cool?
Oh yeah, you got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
He surveys his consumeristic kingdom with an air of satisfaction.
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
He settles back into the pile of boxes he's sitting on. Don't be distracted by flattery and funny man act questions. Food packages are selling here have humanitarian aid written on them. How come? You mean these delicious pre-packaged self-made meal kits? Really easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too. Buy some, try them out. No hassle. There's a little hassle, it appears. Moral hassle. Doesn't that beat the idea of humanitarian aid? It's supposed to be free. That's what makes it humanitarian. It is practically free. Yours for 5 cents a piece. Rock that tuna. Why not some macaroni too? I think one said not for resale in the packaging. No problem here, officer. I get this all the time from my suppliers. Extremely repeatable guy. Wait, Humanox, a humanitarian aid. Does your supplier drive that Humanox lorry over there? What? Street vendor looks over his left shoulder. Stares at the lorry, as though he's never seen a lorry his entire life. Convincing performance, bravo. Look, officer, I'm just a retailer. You'd have to talk to my supplier if you got questions about the supply chain. That's how the game works. Interesting. Persuade him to give you some money. Start with a little compliment, then work your way up. You seem like a really successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police force? Okay, but why, officer? Think of it as an investment. An investment? What kind of investment? A guy told me I need money to live, otherwise it's game over, and I don't want to die. Kind of investment. I'm not going to confiscate this humanitarian aid you're reselling. That? You should have a hard bargain. I respect that. What's it going to cost me? Be reasonable. 1 million real. 10 real. Sounds like a fair deal all around. Corruption. Just like a bus or a seagull, a kid watching out a window describes things going by. He doesn't like it too much, but you do what you do. What kind of stuff you selling here? Oh, only the coolest goods in Revachol. Got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on, no shame, only freedom. Where'd you get those comfy pants? An entrepreneur, officer. Got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board. You have a permit to sell that? Good joke, officer. Here we don't have to look. We don't have permits. Just economic freedom. Take a look around. Glance around the decrepit buildings with miserable weather and the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds above the dust-choked air. It's beautiful, beautiful freedom. Kim, is it true? He doesn't need a permit to sell? Yes, it is. Anyone can set up shop, whatever they like, feel like it. That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why the city and its law officials are so cool. But wait, why are we doing? Wait, why are we? What are we doing here if there's no permits? Look at Cam and the police insignia sleeve. If we wanted to be cynical about it, you could say the same. We're here to protect the interests of the property owners. I'm not, however. Man, officer, you make this all possible. Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the Gossamer state. Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say that he's referring to the near absence of regulations. A Gossamer state? You're right, this is cool. I'm part of a hip, thin, almost non-existent state apparatus. Baddest hustler in the neoliberal neighborhood. Yeah, it's the main thing above you. Freedom is great. It's what lets independent entrepreneurs like me sell quality goods at competitive prices. Is there a discount for cool officers like me? No need for discounts, shillings. At shillings. Everything's on sale already. Anything you want, 50% off. But didn't he just mark them up 100% so we could put them on sale? Are these things really on sale, or you just jack up the price first? Man, you know how the game is played. You and me should work together. Well, what do you think? Shake things up. Let's ask you something else. Where are you from? Boring story. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now in Revachol. The man probably comes from Sea Guy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Sumerian Isla. You're from Apricot. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say that you're from Sea Guy. Very cool. I admire your awareness of the intertwined history. Super nice of you to apologize for colonialism. But apricot suzerainty. Suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left. Right. But isn't it only a shithole because of Revachol? If you say so, officer, I don't worry too much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know. Whatever's good for business is good for me. Alright. That was only like a 10-minute conversation. No problem. Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. Bust of woman, the plaque simply says DEI. In the dark, a film projector is whirling away. Come on, click the green dot. Welcome to the pawn shop. Some kind of machine, an antique cash register? Mostly military wear, a few eccentric fashions thrown in. A rack of second-hand uniforms. Wow. A very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb. Oh yeah? Oh yeah. The print depicts a muzzled man striding towards you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath them are the words Hemgile, Hejimdal burning. Sniff the t-shirt. Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with the side of flea market or trash bin. Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. You can't have your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not gonna buy. That's a rad man from Himjal t-shirt you got there. Hell yeah, man, I don't usually carry printed tees, but this one's such a pure exemplar. You must be a serious man from Hejimdal fan. A fan? No, I wouldn't go that far, but I do think Hejimdalar man saga is an integral part of our shared reality. Most people don't think the man from Hejimdal really exists, but they're wrong. What do you mean, the man from Hejimdal was real? I mean, even if the man from Hejimdal didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really. Okay. You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that was required is a most robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Katala, though it's not quite as far north as Hemdendal, and watched the northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique energy tides there. It's for the best, because Hemdendal is not a real place, and thus it couldn't have gone. Okay. Thus it couldn't have gone there. How much you selling the t-shirts for? 2 real. That's dirt cheap. Couldn't you just give it to me free then? But why? Because I'm a broke cop without a cent to my name? I sympathize, I do, but this was a for-profit enterprise. Cost $2. Physical instruments, shivers, -2 authority. This shirt celebrates a false hero, a god of a masculine order. He drums his finger on the counter. I doubt the real man from Hejimdal was as poor role model as the one in the popular literature. But yes, the books are sexist, in a not entirely unenjoyable way. Sawed-off streetlight. A typical Martinez streetlight sits among the assorted floor and table lights. Hold on, let me save it. Should I fuck up one of these conversations? Let your gaze run over the street light. The light pole has been carefully cut out. Carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes and faintly but persistently. This will make quite a statement in your living room. Is that a street light? Yes, officer. As you can see, it's perfect working order. Where'd you get this? It was brought to me altered. We're not here to investigate the theft of city property. He pauses. You have to admit, though, it's rather clever what he's done with it. How much for the street light? 700 real. A bargain, I dare say. Are you out of your mind? There's one like this in every corner. He rests his elbows on the counter. This light has undergone 3 transformations. Every transformation, large or small, has a price tag. The light has been removed, rewired, and that's 2 transformations. What about the third? I get how sawing it off and redoing the wires, it could add to the cost, but what else? He throws the look of wary impatience. The most important transformation is the light's placement among the ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. Light became suitable for use inside the home just 2 days ago. Okay, this checks out. The $700 is pretty good. You can actually get to $700 and pay him for the light. That would be very funny. All right. Shelf of boomboxes. The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with unblinking eyes of their tape reels. Stand on the tips of your toes to see more. One especially catches your eye, a deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on the top, a classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure that it works before you buy it. Shopkeep. The Stereo 8 approved machine here is the Harman Wowshi W02, made in Vesper, designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. They'll set you back 12 real. What I really want to know, could this device come in handy in my police work? If police work means playing tapes, you could use it for that, or any other time you want to play a tape. Sure it's in all working order? Absolutely. I've touched each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds, and music of a variety of genre, even though I don't really like music. That's odd. Why doesn't like music? Don't like music? You don't like them? The stuff I record myself, silverware shaking in drawers, as motor cars race by, nocturnal animals climbing on the roof, airship rotors, that kind of thing. Maybe you should ditch music as well and get to these more experimental sounds he's describing. Okay, there's a boombox. Knick-knack stands. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets on display to the table. Some sit on horseback, some in rags, others in bright blue uniforms. All are strewn and unyielding in their duty. Inspect the knights on horseback. Big men on horses, clad in armor and carrying flintlocks. That kind would mow down an enemy soldier in the blink of an eye, pointing the horseback. Are these Francogrian cavalry, right? I used to be very serious about my Francogrian knights. Inspect the blue uniforms. They're not all blue. These figures also wear gold coats, caps complemented by orange trousers. They're variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets. Wait, this looks like Rene, the old guy that was playing Pentek. Yes, this is what Loyos looked like at first. Then they wizened up and got camouflage. Are these royalist soldiers? Which ones? Oh, yes, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint jobs a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colors indiscriminately. Inspect the figures in rags. This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols, even a few shovels and tall sticks. Are these even soldiers? You're probably talking about revolutionaries. Yeah, they're soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. It's meant to give people hope that even we can do it. Maybe. Let me save it in case it fucks up that really high roll. Dig up a truly cool toy. Wait, what's this? A headless man riding a horse? Headless man wearing a futuristic tracksuit trousers that say Fallon? What's this? Oh, that's the Headless Fallon Rider. Who? Headless Fallon Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides on the streets of Revachol sporting a Fallon tracksuit. As you can see, he's missing his head. 50 cents, price bargain. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it or something. That's part of the story of many interpretations. Alright. Did I mention that figurine's supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you. Sure, dude.
It's not often that I see officers of the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not sincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting
you. Not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Not quite collection indeed.
Entertained.
You might be able to aid our investigation. You know anything about the recent hanging? I do my best to keep my distance of all butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone. Do you happen to have any guns like the ones carried by officers of the citizen militia? Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly told her the guns I promptly sold her the guns you pawned a couple days back. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned. Oh, this is a pawn shop. And I did feel as if I've met you before. Oh, God. Wait, I sold you my gun? You were adamant of getting rid of it, officer. You said you were undeserving of a service weapon. You were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizen Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions, unhealthy kind. Was a buyer a policeman too? She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which is odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying. That's right, so let me get this straight. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizen militia, and now civilians running around the streets of Martinez with it. Maybe she's a vigilante. She wants to prove she can do our jobs better than we can. It's possible in these parts of town. We ought to find her and discourage her from taking justice into her own hands. Any idea where I can find this buyer? My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went. Needle in his haystack. There's nothing you can do about it right now. You just have to hope Everett wasn't lying and the union can track her down in time. Have people from Everett Claire's union come here to track that gun? Maybe. Shady-looking guys come in here yesterday, looking just like they were taking off their Wild Pines overalls. Asked if I have a policeman weapon to sell. Told them I already sold it. They went away. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here asking all sorts of things. Wait, then, it might be true, Everett's claims. Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun. At least I know how I lost my sidearm now. I wanted to ask about my missing gun again. Nope. Something I like to sell. I have a fascinating photo of a corpse here. That's funny. Let's save it. Alright.
Top of the morning to you. How may I be of service?
Isn't forced to get up for work at dawn a inhuman?
Perhaps. I just like being awake for the transition between night and morning, bearing witness to the first sense of light on the horizon.
Is Roy high, and if yes, what's he on? Feeling warmed and enthralled by the movement of light. While the minds continue to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Prihedrolon. It's tough to come on the street. Priholidon. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow. Wait, is it me or just really warm in here? Try to keep my shop at a comfortable temperature. No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Priholidine before I lost my memory. I've had to take it, since the People's Pile cleanup. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. The People's Pile, what's that? Bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities and malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably with some of it in U too. The People's Pile was a U-type particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into the river Espus. What's a particle decay generator? A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile. Why is it called People's Pile? Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued to work on it after the Commune failed. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol West. Needless to say, things didn't work out. Why did it fail? An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel contaminant vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe. Tell me about this emergency relief brigade you were on. He points to the white triangles on his orange safety jacket. We were all volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help fire brigades contain the spill. On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood. I lived by the river since I was small. The Espris didn't have the heart to try to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick. He looks at the spiraling lights and stops. Must have been tough, radioactive cleanup. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths, cancer mostly. We all knew that was coming ever since we were cleaning up as best we could. Whose fault was it the generator failed? No one's, everyone's. Size and 6 said. Bunch of poor people built it themselves as a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think was going to happen? How'd you end up running a pawn shop? The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died, left me with a shack with assorted junk into it. I came to Martinez. People told me, don't go there, it's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm going to get as far from Famborg as I can, still in the same city, but thanks for telling me. I have a theory more than stories. Outward movements, not vortices. Save it again, since that was all good.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Care to share your drugs with me? Said you've done before, yeah? 10 steps away, pretending to admire some knickknacks on display, and looks like he doesn't want to get involved. He won't be your narc, but he won't be thrilled about this either way. Yeah, I've tried it once and liked it. Here you go, man. Presents you with a large cap-shaped object in the palm of his hand. Very odd looking. Thanks, man. Got some drugs. Or something I'd like to sell. I'd like to sell my clothes. I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. And certainly not expensive armor that's liable to bring mercenaries to my doorstep. Are you sure you don't want to buy some armor? More than that. What else you got? Got a fascinating photo of a corpse here. Oh no, I don't like those kind of objects. No sale. Do you know what the tattoos mean? Apothic paths, counter radiance networks, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Tell me something lighter. You have absolutely no idea what apothic paths are, but tattoos aren't on the man are not that. I'll check my pockets. Drifters, dock workers card, empty cassette thing, an old rifle. Bunch of bullshit postcards I guess I could sell. Because nobody's going to want any of those. Photo of a happy couple. Green ape pen. Alright. Fingerless gloves. Bottle. I'll talk to these guys. Oh, I guess we're not active. Water lock control panel. A couple of indicator lights are missing on this control panel, while loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes in the middle of a lever is beneath it a small metal plaque. Could this be why Morel hasn't returned to Lena? The coast is closed off. This might be why Lena's husband Morel, the cryptozoologist, hasn't returned. Looks like it, yes. We should probably go tell Lena. Take a load off her mind. She was quite worried. Pull the lever up. Close the water lock on Wednesday. You grab the handle, pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects, the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk, and then water starts moving. Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, this is the way then. But please contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want to get sidetracked, not with everything going on. Guess we can't talk to these fuckers. And I don't think there's anything over here. Small, cheap sunglasses in a box. Variety of
You
shapes
like
and
sunglasses,
colors.
officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
Try on the shades. Abort. They're hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose. Damn, Oscar, you look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you. Let you have them for $2.50. No, definitely not buying those. Don't tell me what to do, Kim. I like those sunglasses. I'll take the ugly sunglasses. How much is the box? They're all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap plastic. Plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are certainly almost just there for show. If anything, these lenses probably attract more sun UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier. Try again. Maybe find some more interesting sunglasses. Ah, I see a pair of water blue shades. The writing on the temple says Insulindinic Rendezvous. The frame appears to be hand-carved out of bone. Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture. For the first time, the street vendor voice trails off as he watches you inspect the glasses. This is how a sea monster sees the world. You become a sea monster, Harry. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. It's all blue. Alright, those actually make your vision worse. It's literally like being underwater. Wow, officer, you look so cool. The street vendor, who has picked up pace again, observed the world through a deep blue, scented lenses. And they've been yours for 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they got no taste. But you found them. What about these? Tilts his head and steps back, and eyes narrowed through a thorough examination. It's a case to him. You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want. Inland Empire. +1. Leave for now. Bullshit to buy. Clothes inside. Cheap secondhand clothes. Smelling of strangers' body
Don't
odors.
be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics. Best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy. Sounds off. Save the economy. What are you talking about? Haven't you heard, officer? We gotta be economically conscious. Recycle your cash. Keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco. That doesn't make any sense. Why exactly the economy needs saving? Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods just sitting here, not getting bought? We gotta keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children? You're right. We gotta save it. Gotta save Mother Economy. That's the spirit. Gotta do all your part. Boxes open. Buy some clothes. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss, or like an old person with no money. Let's save it. Sure, some bullshit article clothing with some stat bonus in here.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
Something cold grazes your hand, synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker, surf it says, but also wind. Summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All different typefaces. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses of the world around you, possibly because of awful typeface. Good choice. Mega sporty. +1 composure, -1 shivers. Composure. Yeah, that could do with a bump up.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
+1 conceptualization. Visual calculus. Logic. Composure. +2 authority. My authority is really low anyway. Might as well put my composure up to 5. Electrochemistry, interfacing. Interfacing's useful. Alright. Yeah, there's another box next to him. Speakers.
I can see you have a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
See two lowly defeated speakers. Thralls, slaves, basically, perch atop them like conquerors surveying the land. Apparent fallen wear durable wear sneakers, Ultra Series. Inspect the sneakers. Apparent fallen Ultras. Design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole. Just a second. Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest Fallon speakers. Super rare, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real. Only, that's madness. I need those Fallon speakers. Huh, +1 reaction speed. +1 high coordination. Pretty nice, but $50 is a lot of money. Inspect the speakers. These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable Fallon Ultras atop of them. A small Hedon boss. Solidarity aid from the People's Republic of Samaria. The speakers themselves don't seem to be displaying magical qualities. No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. But I already looked at the sneakers. Can't I just buy the sad conquered Sumerian speakers? No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Lo-fi socialist junk. That's why I want them. I think I might be lo-fi socialist junk myself. No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I got best in sale. You don't know what I am. I don't even know it myself. I want the speakers. Well, if you want them. But see, they're the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let them go, then where will my sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you want to buy the sneakers too, then maybe I could throw in the speakers for an extra 50 cents. Damn, you had to buy the sneakers first. Here's a crazy plan. Go get the seed money for the sneakers. Buy them, then buy the speakers too. Then sell the sneakers to Roy, that wacky vendor at the pawn shop. They're right up his alley. He'll make most of the money sneakers money back that way. I came up with a plan. Yep, hustle and... I came up with that plan. Yep, hustle and grind. 1 real at a time. That's funny. Let's save this. Let's see if it'll let me siphon shit out of the car. Where have you been? At the bottom of the sea? What? So strange. The machine is not at the bottom of the sea at all. Right in front of you. Well kept. Why did it say that? How are you, my friend? I'm good. Cherished and cared for. In the hands of a tending owner. Do I know how to operate it? Release the clutch. Release the clutch. Handles pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain. Alright. Got a morale damage or whatever.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
You look like a man who knows about drugs. Oh man, me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own conscience, you know. But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why are they inquiring, my man? I need to get high. I'm looking for a dealer. Man, that's serious criminal talk. You trying to pull me into an entrapment thing on me? Entrapment is a practice of a police officer induces a person to commit a criminal offense the person would have to otherwise be unlikely to commit. Usually there's some trickery, persuasion, or fraud. You know what? No, of course not. Then what's your deal? Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B. We have a credible lead, sir. Someone in this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment of the harbor to load on the drive. Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Ship's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks all up in arms, I'm afraid. It's headed towards a conflagration. Who do you think would be conducting the drug trade then? Look, man, I stay away from the criminal underbelly of rubbish all. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe those questions. Who's that guy? I see he was standing there before.
Looking for something, Hunt? Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
You're a lorry man, right? What's your stance on drugs? Drugs are shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body. You smell of booze and cigarettes. What's the difference about narcotics? You know where that shit comes from? They take the money out of our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. You know, they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage. Racial economic sabotage. Hold on, but they make alcohol in Elysium too. I was told they do. I don't go for that foreign piss. Proper booze is made in Mundy, or sometimes I like a dram of Yogograd vodka. Cujo's ain't worth much, but they do know booze. So I take it you're not smuggling drugs out of Martinez? No. Not out, not in, not out. I'd never betray the purity of my tribe. So you're telling us you don't know anything about the drug smuggling in Terminal B? I don't know shit, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Then what are you still hanging around here? The other connoisseurs left. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. Those little kips sneak around at night. Touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer. There's a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby. I did see one lorry with the trailer doors open way here. You know what happened? Yeah, I knew the guy. He was an honest driver who loved his country. We're having a good debate about genetics in the whirling rag. Then some kit boy smashed his lock, took his damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Takes a long suck of a cigarette, and since he left, I haven't had to talk to anyone. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to. If they were getting drunk inside the whirling rag, how could they know who broke in the lorry? What? We aren't allowed to say it? It's the Kips who done all the stealing around here? It's not rotor science, man. If it's not you, then who's running drugs? Isn't it obvious? Fucking Silang. That beauty-eyed South Samaritan. This little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs. The one selling humanitarian aid packages, that's the one. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. Lorry man takes a slow drag, blows a smoke ring. He's your man, alright, 100%. He's the lorry man selling off employer stuff. Broke the seals on who mocks lorry. No doubt he's selling drugs too. I won't be so sure of it, not until we've heard what Silang has to say. I guess we need to pay him a visit then. He's not gonna say shit. It's just stupid. We're like, yeah, are you selling drugs? And they're like, nope. Dumb.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
What's your stance on drugs? Drugs? I don't go for that, officer. Drugs ruin people's lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which drugs are excellent. He kisses his fingers. Tasty, tasty drugs. I'm super into drugs. That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs to sell. Or at my home. or on my person. Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box sunglasses or under the speakers. I don't actually like drugs. That's cool, especially if you already said you're into them. All the coolest detectives in movies do drugs, and they're very confidential about it. Still, no drugs here. I'm super into drugs. That's cool, especially if you said you don't like them. So we're looking for a lorry driver transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she's in this traffic jam. That's even cooler. You're investigating, that's and all. But I'm not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that. A blatant lie, sire. He tells us with such conviction, we believe him. We'd believe him if we didn't know any better. But you are a lorry man. Another drivers identify you and your lorry. Who said that? The fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does, and he's a hater. So you admit you're a lorry driver? No, I just said I work harder, and he's an asshole, and I'm realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man. Okay, maybe I am a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream. He spreads his arms. So you forgot to tell me. Exactly. Such a small part of my life. In my rearview mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity. Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation here at the harbor? Nothing. I told you. I'm not dumb. I don't get involved with that crowd. What crowd is that? Crowd. You know, the drug crowd. He wasn't talking about abstract crowd. It was that crowd. It wasn't some drug crowd. You know who they are. Tell me. Shh, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me in this mess. I've spent 15 years marking my way up. Here we go. It's a tiny bit of truth. On the table. Zoom in on it. If you don't want this meth, you have to give us a reason to move on. It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver, and you better stay away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady. How could this lorry driver be connected to the Hardy Boys? Interesting. Could this lorry driver be? Is this lady driver the old woman there? Dazed out? Strange? I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you. He's not ruling her out. Who are the other lorry drivers to talk? All of them. I don't know. I told you all. I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now. Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with tattoos? All of them. Even the ones left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember the tattoos. Should we associate with the Hardy Boys? I don't know. I'm not a local. I don't know anything about that. We're cool.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your fingers
Where
twice.
am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you jolted her back into reality. I was hoping you could tell me that.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in the traffic jam. In the 50s.
Wait, what's so bad about the
man had
50s?
small jaws, and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
Where else would you be then?
Back in Mefke, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and coffees are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boydero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you come along, that is.
Who's Gabriela Bongel?
This is Gabriela Buenguerro.
She shows you the photograph of the lavage amber frame. A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide-brimmed hat, and his hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw is the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever
He was the
seen.
biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of the cinema whenever he came on the screen, and schoolboys used to memorize all his lines.
She leans back, savoring the world she's conjured up. In all likelihood, it's a world that only existed in her mind. I take it you were in Mesk here when you were young.
Someone was.
She nods as her meaning was perfectly clear. Someone? These are not your
They are
memories?
someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They are beautiful. That is all that matters, beautiful and true. And they will win. They are coming for this, you know. All of this.
All of this. The world, the present. Sorry to interrupt your dreaming,
I
ma'am.
wasn't dreaming. I was there, low man. It was early spring, and the mine behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you people were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution. In Mezque, it was a golden age. Why not?
I have other
Felice?
questions.
It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos, knickknacks line the dashboard. What are you hauling? Wait. Still, I don't understand this whole Bedouin thing. Of course not. To truly understand the Burradero, you need to listen to On the Western Plain. Burradero, boy, is a cow herder from upstream Magret, the great steeps of the Norman Mesk. People like Mana at the gates have turned into ideology of sorts. Ideology. Okay, what's that? An old-fashioned ballad with a young girl who falls in love with a daring Bedouin. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns to the Western Plain. I'm guessing that doesn't happen. Of course not. He returns from the Western Plain as a changed man. One night, he and his beloved are walking along the river in Magret, and she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down. In the background, you can hear orchestra swell, and the screen fills with the maiden's imploring eyes. I think I see where this is going. So the Bodero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Magret, and then he rides off because the Western Plain is calling to him. That's not where I thought this was going. You have to understand, a true Bodero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to be a Bodero. Alright, are you the lady driver? Did you just call me a lady? Well, aren't you a lady? The woman's malevolent crackling fills the roundabout. I'm a lady just like Gobel Baldero, only in dreams. You're not the driver who was terrified? I'm only terrifying to small children, and to those who used to know me. Yes, not her, believe me. Used to scare the people you used to know, because they could no longer recognize the person I once was. Then who is the female driver I was told about? How should I know? Do I look like I spent a lot of time with the other Kamikondors? Sniff around. I haven't when I have the movies to go to. Before I came, you seemed away. She's a distracted old woman. Maybe we should let her go back to things. She doesn't think she's a lady driver. You hear that, lawman? I don't think your partner's spending too much time with me. Wait, why is that, Lieutenant? Nothing. I just don't think she's connected to anything. She doesn't want your frail mind getting caught up to you, or something unconnected to the case. But connected this woman turning out like that. Should you drive a lorry if you get like that? No, don't worry about me. I'm the best connoisseurs around. I drive routes no one else will. What routes? Lano Lasov Land, Uchachedniaz Zernala, the Western Plain. She nods and closes her eyes again, letting her mind submerge. A terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth. She stares inward. The Transcata Magistrale, U41A. The Estrados du Riador, all good ones. The deep trenches where the bluebirds fly. She opens her eyes again and shudders. I'm something of an expert at blacking out. You should take better care of yourself. You're right, lawman. I'm the one who should take care of my health. Take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me. A correct appraisal. Your a correct appraisal. You're quite shabby. Is that all you woke me up to say? What are you hauling? Diamonds? Diamonds, really? Of course not. Wouldn't it be marvelous if I was? Okay, what are you really hauling? Whatever stupid thing they put in my lorry, I imagine. So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry? I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for cargo, if you know what I mean. What if the cargo's contraband? Then it's contraband, lawman. What? Do you take an old woman in? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away in the bad head Henmengelado. Bad hand Henmengelado band. Bad hand strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people really like strangling people. You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs. What do I need drugs for, lawman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare. The adversary. Yes, there is a protagonista. She gestured to the intersection. And adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hall. The epitaphs are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest. Where can I get my hands on experience like that? I don't know. Pff. Maybe if she thought you were corrupt. Everard sent me. Place a finger on the side of your nose and tap twice. Who the fuck is Everard? The union boss? What do I care about the union boss? He's not Gabriel, not Fran Congero. He's not even Himadillo the Hand. Okay, let me put this another way. Are you smuggling drugs to Terminal B? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Earlier you said that you didn't know what the cargo you hauled. It could be drugs. Just this month I made half a dozen trips from Sarzamazrin to the Grad U-41. What do you think they'd take from Saramizere to the Grad, Mr. Lawman? Drugs? No, Lawman. Diamonds. If you had to guess, who do you think would be smuggling drugs around here? Easy, the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here. That's correct. No visibility of any other drivers. I didn't ask you about diamonds today. I don't care about that. Diamonds are good for you. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like Viva Desh Horaz. Okay, if you're not involved in drugs, why are you still waiting here? Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, other seagulls, look at the colors. It's a good palate cleanser. Or I can just relax, let my mind carry me back to where it will, to the Great Plains. I think we're done here, no? Yeah, no shit. Is there some skinny dude that I haven't talked to yet? Because I don't see him. Yeah, what if it's this guy? Alright, anyway, that's a good stopping point for the episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.